This film is being shown for the first time. It was captured from a German cameraman. He had taken it so that the German home front might gloat over the evidence of the success of Rundstedt's attack. In August, it was German convoys that were caught like this along the French roads. Now it was our convoys, ruined and burning where they'd been overrun. The sweat and iron of Detroit and Pittsburgh became the wreckage of Malmedy and Saint-Vite. We lost more than jeeps and half-tracks, tires and shells, tanks and guns. We lost men. 78,000 in dead, wounded, and missing. Unarmed and defenseless American prisoners, comrades of these men, fell to the machine guns of our enemies. Fire! German smoked Camels and Chesterfields robbed from American dead. And the Nazi cameraman filmed it to amuse and reassure the moviegoers of Munich and Berlin. Men who had not retreated since their arrival in Europe plodded back along the mean roads of winter Belgium. Convoys of trucks streamed to the rear with supplies that had been painstakingly accumulated at forward dumps. Supplies that could not be moved were put to the torch. Millions of man-hours of work to be put in all over again. To stop counterattacks, huge new reserves of supplies are called for. But that is how a war is. Wasteful, unpredictable, uncertain, dangerous, demanding constant wariness, constant preparation for the worst, a constant and unflagging spirit in the face of all alarms and disasters. Gallant American units, surrounded and cut off, fought in a sea of enemy armor. Anti-aircraft guns were fired point blank as anti-tank guns until they were overrun. Cooks, bakers, quartermaster and line of communications troops picked up their rifles and fought tenaciously against Nazi columns. The weather cleared and the Air Force took to the skies to bomb and strafe and
As suddenly as the attack began, it is over. The surface ships of both fleets have not exchanged one shot. Midway remains American. After Midway, there is no direction the Japanese perimeter can move except to retreat toward Tokyo. After Midway, the airman is the first line of naval attack and the first line of naval defense. After Midway, the airplane and the aircraft carrier control the seas.
This is the year 1945. The Second World War enters its final desperate chapter. In the vast blue expanse of the Pacific, the United States Navy stands as a steel fist closing on the Japanese homeland. But the enemy has unleashed a new terrifying weapon. A weapon born of ancient warrior code and modern desperation. They call it the Kamikaze, the divine wind, a grim echo of the typhoon that saved their ancestors from invasion centuries ago. But these are not seasoned veterans in gleaming machines. The terrible truth is, most are young men barely out of school, given just 40 or 50 hours of flight training before their one and only mission. Their planes are often obsolete, packed with explosives, their landing gear locked in place. They are told that this is the ultimate honor, and while statistics show that less than 1 in 5 ever reaches a target, the damage from a single successful strike is catastrophic. A single pilot can cripple a fleet carrier, taking it out of the war. At Okinawa, some of our finest vessels are knocked out of the fight for good, their wooden flight decks burning furiously, causing more aircraft losses on deck than were lost in entire battles just years earlier. And the enemy's desperation breeds new tactics. They don't just rely on their old airplanes. They are now developing other ways to strike. Strange, purpose-built craft carried into battle and released close to our ships. In their final terrifying dive, they reach speeds that are almost impossible to track. To fight this menace, our Navy throws up its own wall of steel. Our rugged carrier workhorses, our ace-maker fighters swarm the skies. They are stable, reliable gun platforms, achieving staggering kill ratios against the enemy. But even they cannot stop them all. How do you stop a man who is determined to die? The 20mm and 40mm guns on our destroyers throw up a curtain of fire, but often it isn't enough to physically destroy the plane. A burning, wingless wreck can still complete its mission. The answer has come from our scientists, a top-secret marvel of ingenuity. A marvelous new kind of artillery shell for our 5-inch guns. This shell doesn't need a direct hit. It's packed with intricate parts, and it can sense when it is close to the enemy. It explodes in the air right in the plane's path, blasting it from the sky with a cloud of shrapnel. It is this, our new magic ammunition, that is turning the tide. It is a battle of iron will against iron technology. And in this final terrible contest, technology